What's up guys, this is R13 and welcome to another Gunpla review, and today we will be reviewing the real grade Sazabi from Char's Counterattack, piloted by Char Aznable aka the Red Comet. I am really glad that I was able to acquire one of this unit here and built it right away. It took me quite a while to build this unit and well worth it, and I will explain this to you guys in great details. Well, before moving forward, a special shout out to Nii Gift Shop for being able to reserve me one of this unit here. I'm leaving the link in the description below for all their information, and they even started recently selling kits online as well. They don't have a specific site yet, but you guys can get a hold of them through Edmonton Gunpla Builders, which I'm leaving the link in the description below. It's a Facebook group. That's the best way to get a hold of them if you are within Canada. Okay, let's keep on going, shall we? Okay, let's talk about the extra parts first. And this is the hands that you will need. Sadly, there's no articulated fingers. I can live with that. It's already a really good kit in my opinion, but I'll explain that in great details. Okay, first off, we get the beam saver hands here, a pair, which we can put at the side. Oops. Okay, then the second one is actually open palm, left and right. One is being used right now for Char to stand on. Okay, now the next one is actually a closed fist hand. One is currently installed right now on the left hand, and last but not the least is the right hand trigger, which is actually quite nice. And one feature that I do like about the majority of the hands here is this piece here that you can actually rotate, which is actually nice. Now the next pieces here is actually this two piece. Kind of disappointing that there's no left hand trigger. Oh well, I can live with that. Okay, now the next pieces here that I want to show you guys is actually the clear parts here. Okay, here are the clear parts. You actually got multiple options here. Okay, let's set the other pieces aside. And this is for your beam tomahawk, beam saver. Now for some reason this one here is actually marked as, oops, do not use, and like not needed, which is actually kind of weird because I've seen the effect for this one here, but you really don't have to follow the manual if you don't want to. Okay, come on, don't you dare. Okay, there we go. And then you got your beam savers here. The beam saver is technically located in the wrist, but that's an effect parts there, so it can't actually go in, so you got to make sure you don't lose this, and there's actually slots here. I'll go with that in a bit. And then you got your beam shot rifle that I'll go in great detail afterwards. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about the weaponries of this unit here. Okay, the first weaponry that I want to show you guys is the beam saber, which is a pair of them. Okay, this is actually really nice design. An effect part, there we go, and you get the handle here, a slot that you can actually properly secure, but you'll actually have to remove that. And it's actually easy installation also, just to show you guys. There you go. And then the next piece for the weaponry is the beam shot rifle here, which is like a shotgun as well. It's actually quite nice. Really big actually. And here's the trigger. And as always, you'll actually have to remove this piece here to install it. There's a slot to properly secure it. Okay, just to show you guys how easy it is, just getting this out of the way before moving forward with the internal frame. Yep. And then the next part is actually the scattering mega particle cannon, which is actually located in the stomach region here, which is really nice. Yep. And then the next part are the funnels here. which is actually located at the back. And I think I can remove this one easily. Yep. Yeah, one of the other features that I was supposed to show you guys in a bit here, but oh well. Okay, here are the funnels. There's 6 in total. Took me a little bit to actually build them all. Yep, I was actually taking my time here. Okay, now let's just remove one. Huh. Okay, there we go. Okay. And here is the funnel. There's about 4 pieces in total here. You can actually, there we go. This is how it looks like, which is actually quite nice. I think this is supposed to extend here. I just don't know how. I'm a little bit afraid actually, but yeah, it kind of extended out a little bit after pushed inwards. That's how far it can go. Okay, now what's oh, actually, what else did I miss? Oh yeah, damn, the Sazabi shield here, and it actually comes with a beam tomahawk. Okay, there you go. There's actually a slot there, as you guys can see, for you to install your beam shield. This is the shield, and this is the beam tomahawk. Sorry, I'm all over the place there. Okay, and there's actually a slot there that you can place, and this is the beam tomahawk, which is actually really nice. This one here doesn't actually have a special, oh wait, I was wrong. There's some slot there for you to be able to hand for your Sazabi to hold it. There's actually 2 slots here, and voila, there it is. Looks nice. Okay, now let's install the weaponry here. Okay, I'm using the extended one and the shorter one. Okay, and there's your beam tomahawk, which is actually quite nice. Okay, so I may have made a mistake regarding the beam shot rifle here, but this is what it looks like. I think this is the beam shot rifle, so leave it in the comment section below if I'm wrong. Okay, there you go. The list of the weaponries this unit have. Some of the special feature took me a lot longer than I expected. Now let's move forward to the internal frame of this unit, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Well, here we go. So here it is, the real grade Sazabi frame. So far it's been a very good experience. I was actually expecting a couple of issues, but so far there is none. It's been a very positive build so far. Wow, just wow. I heard some good things about the Sazabi here, and I even heard about the issue with the shoulder piece, but there's none. Wow, I'm just very impressed. Okay, here is a close-up look of the internal frame of the Sazabi. It is actually quite nice, very nice, and just look at the size of that. Wow, just wow. Okay, so as you guys can see, here is the arms, torso, the whole internal frame itself, and so far it's been really good. Now this part here, it's the inner frame, so don't be surprised. Yeah, I decided to build the internal frame first before the external. And for the articulation, well, here's a sneak preview. As always, double jointed for the arms and the legs. Yeah. Okay, now let's keep on going and finish this unit, shall we? Hopefully you guys enjoyed that special presentation for the inner frame of the Sazabi here. Now let's move forward to the articulation test and combining with showing you guys the special features and some of the issues regarding this unit. There's just so much to cover that this video will be so long if we make it by section. Okay, so instead of starting from top to bottom here, we're gonna start from the backpack, then top to bottom. Okay, so for the backpack here, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna be removing the backpack. Okay, hopefully, oh, it's actually not that tight. And here is the backpack itself, which is actually quite nice. You see, some of the things that I like about the real grade is there are no polycaps. And just to show you guys, there's no polycaps there at all, which is actually quite nice. And as you guys can see the details, it's actually really, really good. Okay. And even the backpack itself, like this side here, there's even details. Okay, so the funnels can be removed easily, and it can be moved around, which is actually quite nice. That's how far it can go, up, down. And the thrusters are the same, or the, what do you call this now? Propellant tanks, or extra tanks. Okay, and now for the funnels itself, I've already shown you guys how it works, but I'll show it to you guys again. Okay, now open up. Okay, there you go. Now the issue with this is this will actually kind of fall apart here right away, as you guys can see, so you got to be a little bit extra careful. It's really nice with the details here. And I've already shown you guys how the funnels actually work out, so I actually don't have to show you that to you guys again, but you can actually remove this easily, all of them. But yeah, this will actually fall apart, so this is one of the downside to it. Okay, see, it's already falling apart, but I managed to put it back together again. Okay, now let's put that aside there. Now the next part is actually the headpiece, the cockpit block, which just gonna show you guys here. Apologies for the lighting, it's not being cooperative. It's actually kind of falling. Kind of annoying. Come on now. Yep, there we go. Okay, for the headpiece here. Okay, there we go. You can actually move the headpiece easily. There you go. I think there's more to it. There's the cockpit block, which is actually quite nice. Just gonna check the back of the manual here real quickly, because I really want to make sure that got everything covered. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to look like for you guys to access the cockpit block. Yeah, which is actually quite nice. And now for the headpiece itself, it actually got really good articulation. And there's putting it back in place again. There you go. So it can definitely turn 360, which is really good. The color pattern is actually really, really good. And now for the shoulder piece here. Oh, oops. As you guys can see, the shoulder piece got multiple parts there. And it can be moved around, which is quite nice. And now you can even extend this also. There's the other feature, which is really, really good. And then here are the thrusters that you can actually move as well, which is really impressive. And the shoulder piece is actually a separate piece on its own, which is actually quite nice. Now for the back piece here, it can move as well. Wow. Okay, now for the arm itself, it can actually move, as you guys can see. Yeah, double jointed. And this piece actually moves as well. Yep. Okay. Just really, really nice. Okay. Okay, now let's go for the chest piece here, the torso area. The torso, there's actually not a whole lot, but as you guys can see, the feature is there. It looks really good. And it can definitely rotate to a certain degree. Actually, it can rotate 360. And this is what it looks like from the inside. Even this one got details. Impressive. So it can definitely rotate, but that's how far the limit is. Also to a certain degree, but you can definitely move it away if you want to for certain poses. And then the next part is the waist and the legs here. That's why I just set the upper body aside. Now for the side skirt here, there's some features here if I remember correctly. To tell you guys the truth, this is actually the first time that I am actually doing some testing here. Ooh, there we go. You can actually extend the side skirt, which is really nice. And there's your thrusters there. And now for the front skirt. You can actually move it around, as you guys can see there. And let's see here. Am I missing anything else for the front skirt? Nope. That's how far it can go for the front skirt, sadly. And yeah, you can actually move part of this piece also, which is quite nice. Okay, now for the back skirt. The back skirt is actually quite nice. I've always talked about the back skirt. This one here can actually move a lot, which is really good. And then you can actually extend the back skirt here. And there's more details. Really good. That's how far it can go. Wow. Then you can actually, and I'm not even being careful here. I'm just I'm a little bit rough with my build here because I want to show you guys how it looks like. Okay, now for the legs here. The legs, there it is. Yep, it's not a ball joint. It's actually, what do you call this now? It's not a poly cap. It's a peg connector, so you get really good mobility. And you can actually remove this easily as well. Now, here is what it looks like. Double jointed. It really got some good mobility. And the side here extends as well. For the thrusters, the side here kind of remains open. And now for the feet here, it actually gets some good range of motion, but that's how far it can go. It doesn't actually, it kind of rotates a little bit. And here is part of the feet's rotation, and there's the details. Yep. Which is actually quite nice, and the front ankle guard can be moved around as well. Just fascinating. Just really good experience. Okay, let's put this back together. And there's the back skirt. Okay. Okay. And that's how far it can go. It can definitely do a high kick if you want. Yeah. Okay, so there is actually one more piece that I want to show you guys, but it's actually behind the sheet here, I forgot to move it out of the way. So I'll be back. Okay, so here is the last piece that I actually want to show you guys. Yep, this is actually an attachment for an action base, and it's got to this is the front. All you have to do is underneath here is the slot, and just slide it in, and there you go. It's actually quite secure. Now, just to let you guys know, you will actually need a specific action base for this, and this is it. And where is that manual that I set aside somewhere? Well, it doesn't really matter. This is actually the action base number 5. This is the one that was recently released as well. So to properly secure it, here's the slot here. But if you try to use the older action base, it will slide out. This one here is actually secure. It won't slide out, just to let you guys know. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's put this unit back together again and do a size comparison before ending this video. Okay, I actually forgot to add one more thing here, where the beam saver slot here, you can actually pull this out if you want to, just to give you guys a heads up. Okay, now let's go ahead and put this back together. Well, I always tend to forget to add a few things here regarding the articulation test, but for here, you can actually rotate the beam shield here. That's the special attachment. You can actually push it up and down if you want to, and then you can even install the beam effect parts to have a beam shield weapon, which is actually quite nice. Okay, now let's move forward to the size comparison here, and I'm just gonna kind of move my camera here. Okay, so this unit is about, this is actually the ruler that I have here. It's about 6 inches, and this is give or take about 7 inch, about 8 inch high, which is really big for a rail grade slash high grade. Now the rail grade Sazabi here have a high grade counterpart, but this unit gets so much feature compared to the high grade, and that's a known fact. Now let's go ahead and do a size comparison here, and I do have the Zakutu Char Astable Custom, and you guys can see it, just the height comparison is just phenomenal, staggering. Now I do have the Zaku half cannon here that I'm gonna put in front of the Sazabi here. Wow, that's huge, really huge. It's just phenomenal, the amount of work that they actually put in for their real grade here. And just to let you guys know, I haven't actually used the stickers much at all, but here are the decal sheet here. This is actually sticker based, not water slide, just to let you guys know. Okay, now let's just put this aside here, and it's time to give out my final thoughts and comments here for this unit. Okay, so I decided to combine the articulation test, special features, and the seam lines there. As you guys have noticed, I didn't mention much regarding the seam lines and the knobs. It is actually well placed and hidden, except for the funnel area, if you guys have noticed. I got a really good experience building the Sazabi here. This is a solid build. This is a huge unit with really good articulation here. And the minus side to it is there is no articulated hands. But I can live with that, like I mentioned already. Highly advisable to get this unit here. It's a really good experience, and I'll keep on saying that over and over. And you guys can actually paint the parts you want, and I'm just very impressed. With the price tag, that's about 60 Canadian dollars. So price varies depending on the location, just to give you guys a heads up. Now, the other downside to this unit is, which is very minor, is there is no left-hand trigger finger, but it comes with the extra part here, which is just a waste in my opinion for the hand. They should have added the left-hand trigger finger. But oh well, doesn't really matter anyway. Really good experience, really good articulation, solid build. There is not a whole lot of seam lines and knobs. Get it, really get it. And yeah, that's actually all I got to say. So much special features with this unit here. I'm actually gonna be placing the decals as soon as possible, and yeah, just the before and after. That's all I actually got to say. Is I'm putting that extra touch for this unit here. If I can find a water slide decal right away, I will probably use that, but I'm short on time. Okay, that is all the time that I got right now. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like my video, give this a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel here as well for future videos. And again, special thanks to Nii Gift Shop for being able to set aside the unit for me. It's kind of hard to get a real great Sazabi in my area because it's a very popular unit. Okay, this is R13. Have a good day, good night, afternoon, wherever you are. Keep on building. Have fun with Gunpla. I'll see you guys next time.